Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
Hi, Nicolene. I'm good.
Great seeing you. And
It's great seeing you.
and thank you so much for coming on and yeah, just sharing your testimony with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and actually just jump in. I'll actually give a few
Yeah.
questions in between.
Um, let's see. I left home when I was 17. I joined the Army at the age of 17, and I was in the year 2000, and I was in the Army for 6 years. I grew up in uh, different churches like Baptist and Methodist churches, and you know, just church every Sunday type of thing. But as I got older, I started kind of having a falling out with my stepfather and just problems at home. And I just saw the military as the best way out and best option for me. So I left at a young age. Was in the Army for 6 years, like I said. I got out I spent 2 of those years in Iraq from 2003 to 2005. Um, and in combat, I was airborne infantry, so I was, a paratrooper. So I was doing a lot of, door to door, house to house type fighting. And let's see, got out the army in 2006, and I have done a lot of things since then. My grandfather passed away in 1999, and the reaction of my family, there was a lot of internal fighting and bickering, and it, their ugliness really manifested, and showed. And it really disgusted me, and it kind of lit this fire. It put this conviction in me of rejecting the world, because a lot of the arguments were over different uh, uh, inheritances, who's getting what, and this and that. And so at a young age, I had this strong rejection of the world, and being of the world. And it was expected in my family to graduate high school, go to a top college, get a top degree, be an attorney or an engineer or a doctor, or one of it. That's what was expected of me, and everyone else in my family, pretty much. Both of my brothers have done that, and still, but that just, I saw it as trying to force me into a mold, to make me into something that everybody I just didn't want it. It wasn't for me, and that's why I left, and joined the army at 17. And basically, I whenever making that decision to leave and go to the military, I put it in my heart. Um, this, for many years, I'm like, I made this decision. It's everything that I've done was intentional because of me. And but looking back, it really, I think it was God speaking to me and putting me on that path. And even though it wasn't an easy path, and still, to this day, not easy all the time. But I've always worked a lot of blue collar jobs, a lot of serve jobs of service. Like serving, waiting tables, joining the military, obviously serving. And I've done a lot of kind of dirty jobs, and a lot of the stuff that most people would not want to do. And it was really just, not really an easy path. It wasn't easy. There was a lot of trauma, a lot of death that I've witnessed, and a lot of injuries, just um, a lot of poverty. Just I've been around a lot of a lot of really bad stuff. And then in 2016, I've also moved around quite a bit. I have never been in one place for too long. I've always just kind of traveled around, been almost nomadic, traveling around, just doing different jobs, meeting different people. And then in 2016, I found a job, or it found me, and it was doing roofs. I was replacing people's roofs. Now, I wasn't swinging the hammers, so it was really nice. It's like finally I can sort of get a taste of the white collar side, not swinging the hammers and doing this manual labor. But I was doing roof inspections and identifying storm damage. I was a storm damage assessor, and I would help the homeowner file insurance claims, and then I would meet with the insurance adjuster, and I was fighting for the homeowner to get a roof replacement. And it turns out I was really, really good at this. And I did that for about 4 years, and I made really good money. I had like a brand new truck. I was buying all kinds of stuff. The materialism really started, like I started to enjoy it, right? And I wasn't saving any money or anything. I just figured, man, this is great. I'm gonna be doing this forever. And then in 2020, we had the lockdowns here, and the isolation for those months was not good for me, or maybe it was good for me, I guess, looking back. But I wound up having to go to the hospital in the summer of 2020, and while I was in the hospital, I was evicted back at my place, and so I lost. Long story short, I lost everything I owned during that summer. Absolutely everything. Truck, everything. Basically, all I had was the shirt and a pair of pants that I went into the hospital with. So that was a really big moment for me, where I felt God basically telling me, this is like the moment where your decision on how you handle this is basically going to determine a lot. I didn't get upset, is I guess my point. What I'm trying to say is I handled it. I didn't get mad. I didn't get angry. For the first time, when something negative, like really bad, happened to me, instead of playing the victim or anything, I handled it with gratitude and tried to be as graceful about it as possible, which some would argue I wasn't very graceful, but in my heart, I knew that God had set me on a much different path than what I thought that I was going to be on. And so losing it all, I handled it. I like to say I weathered the storm with grace, as gracefully as I could. And I was grateful for God purging me of all this materialism. And basically that was a pivotal moment, for sure. And there was, that was when I kind of started really feeling like I was hearing directly from God. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? Well, I was terrified. I was terrified that I was not worshiping God, right? I was absolutely terrified. And so that summer of 2020, I went through a lot, and a lot of changes. It was really like, I heard God telling me that a lot of that, basically being mission essential to for His purpose and doing His will. Like that's where I really turned it all over and just stopped caring about what I want and started really listening to the Lord, living for Him, and I really kind of opened myself up to be. I even said it out loud, like, make me, I'm your vessel to do your will, and I will do it the best I can. And you started living for the kingdom. Is really what became important to me, and it's just been really kind of it hasn't been easy. But that was really the moment, I guess, where I totally changed. Was 2020, losing everything, and not being not being angry or upset, but seeing it as a blessing. And this is not really something that I talk about much, so it's kind of hard to verbalize this.
You're doing great.
But God is real, and the devil is real too, and evil exists, and it's all around you, this whole world. And not so so I guess my mission is not so much like bullet points that I can list, but it's really just be a living example, and feel like I've like gone through hell and been through hell, but I feel like God sent me there, like to arrive at this moment that I'm at now, because He knew I could take it.
Jeremy, I just feel like you're a tactical weapon in God's army. And, all your training that you've been through, He's used all of that to just, go and like break down darkness, open people's eyes to what the enemy is doing. And that is really amazing. Yeah, so I think we might wrap up, Jeremy. Is there any last thoughts that you feel on your press in your heart to share?
No, just reject the world. No, that's like the biggest thing is be in the world but not of the world. That's pretty that's really it. Like, just
be in it but not of it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, I just want to pray over you in this testimony, Jeremy. And Lord, I thank you for this amazing testimony and just all the pivotal moments that you've taken Jeremy through. And Father, we just come together and we just pray that these words would be shared with people that really needs to hear it, Lord, that they will be drawn closer to you. I ask, Father, that you would just bless these words, and pray that that you will send your host of heavens, Lord, to protect this testimony, so that the enemy will not destroy the words and will not steal the seeds that's going to be sown. And we just pray for protection for Jeremy, Lord. I pray that you will continue to give him tactical ideas and strategies how to tear down like strongholds of the enemy, and how to infiltrate and just bring out the captives, Lord, and to help them see and just to be the love, Lord, that the world needs, because they just need Jesus, and they need your love, Jesus. And so just bless you, Jeremy, with that, and just an incredible future, and continuous amazing God stories to come. So
amen. This was great. And love one another, that was the other one.
Love one another, that is really, really good. Jeremy, thank you so much.